Hi there, my name is MD Ahmed. I'm the international author of Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind. And today we're going to talk about the top 10 exam tips. And before I start today's session, I have a question for you. Were you a part of my masterclass? If not, make sure that you're a part of my Super Kids Smart Teens Masterclass. As of now, it's free of cost. Make sure you register and learn something that can help you take your exam performance to the next level. And if you were already a part of the masterclass, the next obvious step is a Super Kids Smart Teens workshop where I teach students how to unleash their potential and learn a framework that virtually guarantees their exam success. So let's go ahead and learn the top 10 exam tips. Now you see, what I've observed is, in my experience, most of the students, they start studying just before the exam, and there are students who don't start at all. They go to their books, okay, it's just maybe 15 days for exams or a month. So they look at the books and they feel overwhelmed. It's as though they have to climb a mountain now. Now, why does that happen? Because they wasted a lot of time. They were not focused, they were with their friends, they were with their gadgets, they were with everything but the books. So now the time is very less. You look at the books, you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and maybe even sad and depressed. And you see, feeling frustrated, feeling overwhelmed is not going to help you. You got to start. You got to finish the race. Now, one thing that you have to understand is you will win for sure, but then you mustn't quit. Because you see, you need to know that the race is not over till you win. And you will win only when you get started. You will lose the race when you don't start the race at all. So I encourage you to start your studies. I encourage you to go dust the dust that's been sitting there on your books for ages now and get started. It's never too late to start. And when you get started, let me tell you, the first tip is attack the weak subject first. Weak subject. Attack it. Now, you may be weak in history, you may be weak in math or chemistry, I don't know. But then whatever subject that you're weak in, make sure you attack that subject first. The reason is because this is a subject that can bring your grades down. All right. That is why attacking this subject is very critical. Let's say, for example, you study for 12 hours every day. Okay. Now that may sound very overwhelming and too tedious, but then that is how you need to put in effort. 12 hours every day, especially when the exams are just around the corner. You're a student, you need to put in that effort. That is what I feel. And that is what my students do, and they've got amazing results. But then there is a way to put in 12 hours. There is a particular way where you don't stress yourself and you do it in a very relaxed manner and learn better. So let's say you put in 12 hours a day. 8 hours out of those 12 hours, focus on your weak subjects. Why? Because your exams are just around the corner. The remaining 4 hours, you can study the subjects that you are good at. But then always remember this. Do not neglect the subjects that you are good at. And don't start focusing only on the subjects that you are weak in. That again can be dangerous because the subjects that you're good at, you might start becoming weak in those. So attack the weak subject first and then take breaks. When I say 12 hours, that doesn't mean to say that you study for 12 hours continuously. No, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. You need to take strategic breaks. Follow what I taught you in the workshop, the strategic timeout method based on neurosciences, based on how the brain functions. And I'm sure you will lock in the answers, and you will also not stress yourself and study more in less time. But make sure that you take breaks. Don't study continuously. You need to stop. You need to take breaks and then start again. And then tip number 3, explain the answers to yourself or others. Once you learn something, explain the concepts to others. And if you don't find anybody around, don't worry. Go to your best friend. Now, who's your best friend? The mirror. Go to the mirror and explain it to yourself, because this reinforces learning. This itself is a study tip actually. It's a very powerful study skill. Self-explanation. When you explain it to yourself, whatever you learned, it gets consolidated, it gets stronger, it gets reinforced. So make sure that you explain the answers to yourself or others, and then solve old papers. Now, this is a tip that you have been you heard it a gazillion times. So you need to solve your old papers, your old, the question bank. And then when you have a very long answer, break down the answer. That is your 5th tip. Now, a lot of students, they look at a long answer and they get scared. They're like, who studies this answer? It's such a lengthy answer. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'll lose my 10 marks, 5 marks, but I'm not going to touch that because it's so confusing, it's long, it's lengthy. Now, let me tell you something. There is a way to approach these answers. I call it eating the elephant strategy. All right. Now, if at all you eat an elephant, I know you don't eat an elephant, but then if at all you eat an elephant, how do you eat it? You eat an elephant piece by piece. That's how you eat an elephant. In the same way, that is how you learn a long answer. You break it down into pieces, small pieces. All right. And then you learn those chunks, those small chunks first. All right, once you break it into pieces or chunks, so you attack the first chunk, learn it. And then the second chunk, you learn it. And then the third chunk, you learn it. And then after you learn every chunk, write it down at least thrice, 3 times on the paper. Don't just do it inside your mind, because you don't get marks for recalling answers inside your head. You get marks when you put the answers on the paper. So write and practice, especially the long answers that you find difficult. And then choose the right food. This is very important. And keep yourself hydrated, because the food that you eat affects the mood. And what's the number one reason because of which students don't study? It's the mood. Whenever your mom asks you to study, Mama, mood nahi hai. Your friend is like, Chal yaar, padhte hain, let's study. Oh, I'm not in the mood. Your father, study. I'm not in the mood. It happens. So mood can stop us. And one of the ways to control our mood is through our diet. And there's another way I'm going to talk about it. But your food is really critical. Just don't have a mouth that takes in everything. You're like, give me anything and I eat. Don't do that. And don't be a person who doesn't open his mouth at all. Like, no, I don't want to eat that. No, I don't touch that. No, I don't like it. No, eat healthy food. I'm not asking you to get on diet. I know what the first 3 letters of diet are. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to have a shift in your lifestyle and choose healthy food that empowers your brain. And if you want to know more about it, there's a video that I've made on brain foods that you can use to fuel your brain. You can have a look at that video. And then keep yourself hydrated. A lot of people do not drink enough water. You got to drink enough water. Keep yourself hydrated. I love water. And then do not go out in the hot sun. Do not go out in the hot sun. That's not good for you. Just before the exams, you got to develop these habits. And do not eat cold stuff. A lot of ice creams, it's so hot, I got to eat. And then a lot of cold water. Cold water is very bad for your health. And ice creams and all that, you might just end up falling sick just before the exams. And you can't afford to fall sick. You got to be super careful. You got to choose wisely. Do not do anything that can affect your health adversely, badly, okay? So no hot sun, no cold stuff. And then get enough sleep. Very important. A lot of students, they feel that sleep is not good. 4 hours is enough. If I sleep more, I will not have time to study. God, don't get that idea inside your head at all, because sleep is very essential for your success. I quite often tell this to people. Sleep your way to success. Yes, you need to sleep enough. It's like your phone, man. Your phone's battery. If it's drained totally, it's going to shut down. The same thing happens to you. If you don't get enough sleep, your body doesn't repair itself. It damages your brain. You cannot focus. You lose your concentration. And the answers that you study, you get confused. Your performance is going to go down anyways. But then don't oversleep. You need to get adequate sleep. All right? So sleep properly. 4 hours is not adequate. And then exercise regularly, get up early in the morning. Yes, you got to exercise at least 20 minutes in a day. Brisk walking is enough. Yes, if your health allows you to, if you're physically fit, please exercise. 20 minutes every single day, because it releases certain chemicals in our body that would help you activate your brain's potential. Okay? And then get up early in the morning. Now, this is a very important tip. Now, this is tip number 9. All right? Get up in the morning is because usually what happens is a lot of students who study in the night, okay, from January onwards, you need to start getting into the habit of waking up early. The reason is the exams that you write happen in the morning. And if your body is not used to getting up in the morning, you will not be able to perform well in the exams, because your body is used to staying alert during the night. So your body would be like, let the exams happen late night at 12 o'clock and I'm going to rock. That's not going to happen. It happens at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you need to be up and fresh. And that happens only when you practice it. So decide that from last week of December or first week of January, no matter what, you will get up early in the morning. And to do that, you need to learn how to sleep early. You need to sleep early. I'll try to make a video on that. But then as of now, get into the habit of sleeping early. And I'm going to give you a lot of other tips to do that. But as of now, remember this: exercise regularly and then get up early in the morning. Especially during exams, do not be in the habit of studying late night. You have an exam at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Don't study till 12, 1, 2 in the night, 11 o'clock. No, I've seen students study till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't do that to yourself. It's not good. Your performance is going to go down. Now, the last tip number 10. Now listen to this. Exams, my friend, my dear students, parents, exams are only exams. You need not take it to the heart when something goes wrong. I've seen students get into depression. They become suicidal. That's sad. Your exams do not determine your life. Exams are just a part of your life. And if you're not doing well, you can always make a comeback. I had a student. She could not crack NEET and get a free seat. And I taught her certain strategies. She took a year's break and she got a government medical seat. So that's possible. You can always make a comeback. All you have to do is change your methods. If you want to change your results, you've got to change your methods. Now, if you do this, if you have the same method, you will be producing the same results. Okay, so whenever you don't do well in exams, don't take it to your heart. It's okay. It's a part of life. It's not your life. And it's ridiculous that students start thinking of finishing their life because of some exam. Your exams do not determine your life. They're only a small part of your life. But it's important, but not that important that you take drastic and negative steps that would affect your family in the long run and where you wouldn't experience life at all. Okay, so take it easy. You can always make a comeback. Say that to me. I can always make a comeback, but with new methods. Because new methods is what helps you make a comeback. So I hope all these tips would help you. Follow me on Instagram and learn new methods, learn new techniques and ideas. I've put in more than 13,000 hours of research developing this proprietary smart study system. I call it SuperKid Smart Teen Smart Study System, and it has helped a lot of students, and I'm sure it can help you. It has helped students who are failing in exams crack some of the toughest exams in our country and at the same time maintain balance in life. I know it works. I know I can help you. All you have to do is come on board, learn and apply what I teach, and life will never be the same again. I'll see you in my masterclass, and if you've already done the masterclass, I'll see you in the workshop. Till then, take charge of your lives and remember, exams are just exams. Do the work and you will see the result. See ya.